Hey there everybody, welcome back to the Sketchdom. My name is Jason Sketch and I'm super excited to bring you guys some more Marvel Champions content. Today I'm going to be playing a new deck made by NewfieLad on the Marvel CDB website called Dumpster Diver. I'm pretty excited about it. It is a Falcon aggression deck, which takes me to my last aspect that I need for Falcon. We're going to be facing Citizen V and using the two new Thunderbolts, the ones that came in Winter Soldier and Falcon's pack. I hope you're just as excited as I am. Head on down to the description down below, follow that link and check out this deck. Hit that wonderful deck with a like or leave a comment for NewfieLad there, and let's head on down and check out the gameplay. Alright everybody, welcome down to the table. I'm super excited to start facing Fixer and Blizzard and Citizen V. I've also got Sam Wilson here. We've got the deck shuffled and ready and set up. Let's get the rest of the setup done. So first and foremost, we found the two things that are mixed into the deck here. Two Thunderbolts that are mixed into the deck here. Now each player reveals a random set-aside Thunderbolt minion and attaches the remaining set-aside Thunderbolt minions face up here. So in Expert mode, give each of those minions a tough status card. Flip this card. Alright. So we're going to make sure that they have things on them to kind of indicate how much health they have. And of course, they're also going to have tough status cards. So the moving part of this is frustrating, but we'll get there. So first and foremost, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're rolling a d6. It is a 3. 1, 2, 3. So we're back to Techno Fixer here. Just kind of hoping he would be the first one. Flip this card. And we're just going to slide them up next to the Thunderbolts. Back up there. I think I'm just going to do that. I think that's going to be the best way to do it. That way I can cycle through who's in front of me and then who is actually attached to the Thunderbolt thing up here. So when the round ends, attach the Thunderbolt minion with the most damage here, swapping it with the minion already attached here. If any, heal 1 damage from this attached minion in Expert mode, which we're trying out today. Heal 1 additional damage from the minion and give them a tough status card. Alright. We'll flip this over. Each Thunderbolt minion has guard, and he can't die unless there's at least 1 Thunderbolt in the victory display, which we'll get there. So, let's see what we need to do here. It's a home technique, dive bomb type situation, and I think there's other cool cards in here as well, so we want to check some of that stuff out. Power Flight. There's a dive bomb already. Aerial Recon. A dive bomb deals 7 damage to an enemy, deal 1 damage to each other enemy, which is great because that can even clear the toughs up there if I need it to. Aerial Recon, which is nice. Quinn Carrier. Bird's Eye View. And up and away. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Honestly, I think Aerial Recon's a nice one to hold on to, and so is Quinn Carrier. Power Flight, with all the aerial cards that I have, is going to be nice. Let's ditch these 3 for now. 1, 2, 3. Wow, okay. So, I think we will spend our strength. I'm going to hold on to up and away because I can use that on the off turn. Power of Aggression is tempting. Keep, so is the Power of Flight. I do want to get the Quinn Carrier on the table. I want to get Aerial Recon on the table, which once I get Quinn Carrier down, I can absolutely make that happen. So I have to have the Avengers trait anyways. And this is the bird card I would have looked for. Is it? It is not. Okay, hold on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If that is the case, I'm going to go ahead and spend Aerial Recon to look for a bird card. I thought it was the one that lets me spend, has resources on it that lets me use it for aerial cards. Where is my fancy fun card here? I know the bird would probably, you want to get Falcon's Flock, that's what I'm looking for. Which I may have misplayed that in another game, thinking it was this card. You live and learn. If I misplayed that in a previous video, please let me know. I'm sure somebody would be glad to inform me. Either way, I wasn't even focusing on that in that last game. So this is the bird card that I was looking for, Falcon's Flock. We're going to go ahead and bring that onto the table here. In fact, we're just going to put it right here underneath Falcon. Wonderful. Because we're going to end up spending the power of flight to get that on the table. Which I think is smart. We're going to go ahead and use the strength and power of aggression. When I flip up. And let's see what this card is. Oh, it's Citizens V's Sword. That's fun. We're going to get Queen Carrier on the table. I hate spinning the power of aggression, but I think the up and away is going to be nice. Even though I know I'm going to get hurt here. From an attack, which is actually not from Citizen V. So, that's not terrible. The good news is he'll stay here anyways. This is tough status card. Did I shuffle after I looked in here? I can't remember. We're going to shuffle real quick. I don't think I did. Trying to decide if I want to use my thwarting ability right now or if I want to just clear that tough. I think I want to just clear the tough. Yeah. On Fixer. And that's the most I can do this turn. So, we know it's a 2 there. But he's villainous, so he'll take that 2 anyways. So I got to figure that out, how I want to approach this. All right. 1, 2, 3. There's Vibranium Microwave 4, 5, 6. Oh no, we don't get Vivian. Dang it. Should go there. We get 5 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We know we want to get the Vibranium Microwave down. All right. So that's going to be the priority this next turn. Spider Girl is great too, because she can confuse a minion. Dangerous Mansion can't really be played right now. But I can actually... We'll see what happens next. So, alright. I'm taking this slower than I want to. Let's just keep moving here. So, first and foremost, the threat goes up to 2. I should be ready. Citizen V is going to go for an attack. He does not because there's a Thunderbolt minion engaged with me, so he heals. He does nothing instead. Fixer is going to attack. We're going to play up and away and defend. He's going to get his boost card. I'm going to look at that one, which is 2. That one, which is 1. The villain's going to scheme for a lot, potentially. So I can get 1 card, or I can get 2. That's better than Citizen V getting his sword, I think. So, we'll take a point of damage and draw 2 cards. 1, 2. Okay. We get an encounter card, which we know already is Dark Designs. This one pursued by the past, then the villain schemes. Which I think when Citizens V would activate against you during step 2. Okay, that's what I had to clarify. So, alright. So he does scheme for 3, 4. Which makes us go up to 6. Removing threat might be a priority here. Finding a way to make that happen is going to be a challenge. So, you have Vivian. This would kick off. They would heal and they'd get a tough status card. But they did not. So, it's my turn. Well, I know I can play Vivian for free. So let's go ahead and do Power of Flight, play Vivian down. After Vivian enters play, choose an attachment, which is not there. Non-elite minion or non-permanent side scheme until the end of the round. Treat that printed text box as if it were blank, except for traits. That's an environment, not an attachment. There's not really much else she can do here. She's going to essentially just come in, do her thwart, and then leave, which we can have her cycle back in, hopefully at another time. Leaves us with Soup Kitchen and Vibranium Microwave. So let's go ahead and get those on the table. We'll use Queen Carrier to get Soup Kitchen on the table because that's going to help cycle in allies. We'll spend Avengers Mansion and Spider-Girl to play Vibranium Microwave, which is probably my favorite card in the entire game. We're going to go ahead and put it right here. At least now we've got something that we can start pinging damage off of people and things. So great. Vivian's going to go ahead and move on, but she's going to clear the threat down to 4. So that's helpful. Thank you, Vivian. Feels weird using an ally and then her disappearing as fast as she came in, but it was actually crucial to what I was doing right now. We're already up. I've only taken a point of damage, so I'm not worried about flipping down at this point. Oh, and what is my top card? Just out of curiosity. We know it's a 2, so that we're going to run into the same thing here. He's going to essentially just do a point of damage to us if I defend. Not even. He's going to do no damage at this point because I'm defending for 3. So the Vibranium Microwave is not going to kick off. Unfortunate. So I did play an aerial card, so I could move that down and give him more of an attack so I can pop their Microwave. Not going to worry about that. The aerial card was being Vivian. I didn't do it already, so let's just go ahead and ignore it for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to get Home Technique down. Can I get Home Technique down? It requires 2 mental resources, which with Queen Carrier I probably can. So I'll have to pop the melee, Queen Carrier, and then 1 other card to get that onto the table. Probably hold on to energy and use Grant Ward. So we're still building, but we're getting there. Alright, threat goes up to 5. This if he's going to attack, instead he does his healing ability. Fixer's going to attack for 3. I'm going to defend for 3 and take no damage. Wasn't able to pop the Microwave, which is fine. We get an encounter card. Evil Alliance. Plays 3 counters on Pursued by the Past. Okay, this may be bad. So, it feels super early. Alright, Serpent Solutions. Viper, I can't defend against him. So he swings for 2. I'm going to take 1 and pop the microwave and pop him with it. Got to get him out of the way. Which I don't think that's going to be a problem once we get set up. The rest of these cards are going to get shuffled in. After a Serpent Society minion is discarded from the top of the encounter deck, deal the minion to the first player as a face-down encounter card. Okay. Not the worst force response. Not the worst side scheme on the planet. Which is probably why they designed it that way, because it's definitely livable. So, my turn. We'll spend... it's not an aerial card, unfortunately. Okay. Twin Carrier. Melee. Hone Technique. Should I play Hone Technique? Yeah. So, Queen Carrier, Melee, and Aerial Evacuation are going to play Hone Technique onto the table. After you play an aggression attack event, if you paid for this event using a mental resource, increase the amount of damage that event deals by its project cost. Okay. Hold on to the energy. We'll get Grant Ward onto the table. And we'll hope for the best. So... the question then becomes, do I attack Viper? Or do I think I remove some threat. Right? I'm going to get to 6 here. That's about halfway there. Let's go ahead and clear 2 threat with our boy here, getting this down to 3. And that is our turn. Let's drop to our hand size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. We got a lot of cool options here. Okay. Nothing that can happen on the villain's turn. The threat goes up to 4. Citizen V would attack. Oh, I need to keep this up. So this is a gains piercing. All right. So I need to know these things before they go up. I don't know if you guys saw that. It's the techno. All right. Fixer's going to come in for an attack. We know he's attacking for 2. And it's piercing, which is totally fine. We'll go ahead and defend for 3. He'll attack. Does no damage to me. Viper's going to attack for 2. Grant Ward can't defend for me, I don't think. Yep. It's going to swing for 2. I'll go ahead and take... use Vibranium Microwave and take 1 damage while Viper takes a damage as well. Get an encounter card. Jetpack. Attached fixture, otherwise attached to the villain. Attached enemy gains aerial. When attached character would take 3 or more damage, prevent all that damage, and discard the Jetpack. 3 or more damage. Okay. That is interesting. So we're going to slide some things around here. Just move that down. That over. And this will be here. Basically, he's got a bubble. If he takes more than 3 damage. 3 or more damage. That's interesting. So you can still hit him if it's underneath that 3 damage. But if you do try to do a big hit against him, it's going to just prevent that damage. Okay. That's it. My turn. Cannonball seems like a nice option here. Because we're always going to have aerial cards in our hand. Also, Bird's Eye View seems like a great option here too. Starting off with this. Oh man, and that is discarded from the top of the encounter deck. Deal that minion to the first player as a face-down encounter card. Alright. So I either clear it, and he becomes a problem for me. And that was an attachment, so I wasn't worried about Grant Ward. Okay. Sorry, looking at all the options here. I gotta get rid of that Serpent Society thing too. We'll use Falcon's Flock and Energy to get Cannonball onto the table. Having an ally is going to be better than not having an ally at all. Because I have 2 aerial cards in my hand right now, I don't want to make any choices just yet on what to do with my hand, because Cannonball needs to do an activation. I think Cannonball swings for 2 against Viper. Then Grant Ward is going to go ahead and clear 2 threat off the main. I don't really want to be quick strikes right now. I don't really need Tone Technique right now either, so then we're going to use Queen Carrier and Hone Technique to play Bird's Eye View. We'll hold on to Red Wing for now. Will we? Hold on. Here's what we can do. We can do Falcon's Flock and Queen Carrier to get Red Wing on the table. I think that's a good idea. Falcon's Flock, Queen Carrier to get Red Wing on the table. Red Wing is going to, because it's an aerial card, we'll go ahead and discard this, and it gets discarded from the top of my deck. It's going to deal that minion as a player to the player as a face down encounter card, which then reveals this. So I could do one attack by exhausting Red Wing, having them come back. My hand, which will take out Viper, which is why he's there anyways. So we will do that. Exhaust him. Turning him to my hand. Discard the top card of the encounter deck. Use it to either deal X damage to an enemy or remove X threat from a scheme. X is the number of aerial icons and the number of star or single icons in the boost area. Alright. So, we're going to go ahead and do that on Viper and take Viper out in the process. Now I can get Red Wing back on the table again and do some more stuff. Or Bird's Eye View and try to get rid of the Serpent Solution. So I think I will spend Hone Technique and a Falcon's Flock. Play Bird's Eye View. We'll use our response after you play an aerial card, discard the top card of the encounter deck. Good, it gave us a double there, which lets me remove 5 threat from here, getting it down to 1. And we have a 3 there. Fun! Okay. That's what we were hoping for, was a 3, but here we are. It's alright, we'll have her card. So, I have any more resources, otherwise I'd try to get Red Wing back on the table and use that 3 if I could. I don't think we were in a bad spot, though. So we'll ready everything back up. We know a 3 is coming with Fixer, which will be swinging for 4. I could use the Vibranium Microwave to give him that damage back to him, which is kind of funny. But that is going to send him up there, so. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We do have Throg now, which is super fun. No other aerial cards. I got 2 aerial cards in my hand, so we're going to have to make an action with Cannonball first. Throg will be able to come out after Throg enters play. Give him a tough status card if you are engaged with a minion, which is phenomenal. The Throg will be super helpful. Especially since we're playing a game that requires minions to be in play with us. Huzzah! Alright. This flips over. This goes up to 3. He heals. 3 or more damage. Fixer comes in with an attack. I will defend for 3. He swings for 4. I'll take that point of damage. We get an encounter card. Our first encounter card is the Serpent Soldier. Our second encounter card is the Coming Storm. Each player engages each minion with the player clockwise of them. Okay. cheaper player. That is an easy fix. We got to get rid of that so we're not getting extra encounter cards. He did come in with Quick Strike. I couldn't defend, but we'll go ahead and pop Vibranium Microwave. He'll take a point of damage. I will take a point of damage. Okay. We're down to 5. We're going to have to flip down and heal, probably. Would be a wise decision. Okay. Let's see what the top card is here. Which is a Surge, so it's not terrible. Alright, Cannonball we got 2 aerial cards. We've got Downtime and Red Wing. So he's going to go ahead and attack for 2 against the Serpent Soldier to get him out of the way. I know he's going to scheme for 3, depending on how I play things. Grant Ward will go ahead and take out the Coming Storm. Alright, so now the choices become real. Actually, not as real as I thought. Genius to play Throg. Who comes in with Tough. I like the idea of playing Downtime. I also like the idea of Draw Their Fire. I've never played Draw Their Fire. We're going to use... Draw Their Fire to play Downtime. Queen Carrier and Falcon's Flock and play Red Wing. We'll go ahead and rotate that just for funsies. We know it's a 1. So we'll go ahead and exhaust Red Wing to clear Serpent Society. We're still scheming for just 3. Serpent Solutions, excuse me. Awesome. Not bad, chat. I think I am going to go ahead and flip down. We're going to hope that we don't get schemed out, which we're not going to, as I perceive things right now. It's Citizen V who has a scarier scheme. So, you might be able to use Soup Kitchen depending on what happens next. Already everything else back up, though. I didn't want to use Throg because he's got that tough, and I want to be able to save that tough. Which then means I could have probably survived another round, but getting... I don't know. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Getting an extra card does make a difference. Talent Line, Power of Aggression, Team Building Exercise, which is going to be nice, actually, to get on the table if we can. Battlefield Awareness. is also such a good card. Thor himself. When Thor attacks a minion engaged with a player, spend a lightning resource. Resolve the attack against each minion engaged with that player. Actually, that's fantastic. Thor is going to be the key to Fixer, I think. There's lots of good cards here. Probably play Thor with that combo. And then these two to get team building exercise and battlefield awareness onto the table. So we got a good plan here for this next turn. I'm also Soup Kitchen. Can get Thor on the table. Even better. So, all right. Threat goes up to 4. Citizen V heals. Fixer schemes for 3. Gets us up to 7. We get an encounter card. Drawing near. Fantastic. Okay. That is everything right now, which is crazy. I'm already down, so I might as well just take care of it while I'm down. I may not be happy with the way it deals with it, but I have to take care of that, I think. So, what cards do I have in my hand? I can get rid of Talon Line. Perfect. Not even a contest here. Drawing near pops off first thing. So we get 1 threat on Pursued by the Past. Before I do anything, I've got 1, 2, 3. Oh, interesting. He's Asgard, not Ariel. That's okay. I still got 2 Ariel cards in my hand. So we're going to go ahead and have Cannonball activate. Before I do anything else, he's going to clear 2 threat off the main scheme. Thank you, Cannonball. We don't know what that is yet, so we're not going to have Red Wing do anything just yet. Go ahead and toss Talon Line. To discard an identity specific card, discard this card. All right. Okay. We Soup Kitchen. Birds of Prey. We can get Thor onto the table. We Soup Kitchen and Power of Aggression. We can get Thor onto the table. Yeah. All right. We got to get Battlefield Awareness onto the table. So, we're going to go ahead and Soup Kitchen. Exhaust Sam Wilson and Soup Kitchen. Heal damage from Sam Wilson equal to his recovery, which is now 5. So we're back up to 10. We can play reduce the costs for the next ally. I didn't ever know support. That's good news. That's news for me. Ally or support. Well, Thor is going to come into play. We'll use Power of Aggression with that as well. To get him onto the table. He comes in with toughness. Hate wasting Thor's tough. We're going to go ahead and have him attack for 3. Taking out the jetpack. Okay. We'll flip up. And now we know what card this is. We'll exhaust Red Wing and use his special ability to clear 3 threats off the main. Thank you, Red Wing. This is the most I've used Red Wing in a while, personally. All right. I do want to get Battlefield Awareness and Team Building Exercise onto the table. Bird of Prey feels like a heartbreak to not play, but we need to get Team Building Exercise onto the table. So we're going to use Queen Carrier. I can hold on to Bird of Prey for another turn. Potentially. We'll use Queen Carrier and Red Wing. Play Team Building Exercise. And with Team Building Exercise and Falcon's Flock, we'll play Battlefield Awareness. I think that was a smart move. Battlefield Awareness really has been helpful for me in the past when I'm trying to avoid taking damage. Especially when I'm worried he's going to be a big hit or something. So that's everything I can do in this turn, because Throg is going to defend for me this next turn, which is great. Is he, though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get an encounter card, which is Sinister Strike. Oof. Okay. So now I have no idea what's coming. 2 Dive-Bombs and a Pitchback. After your hero attacks, deal 4 damage to an enemy. Dang, okay. Looking at 15 damage here. I have to contend with. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, this is juicy. I can essentially take out Fixer in one blow here in this next turn. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, a threat went up. I don't remember if it went up or not. We're going to go up to 3. Fixer's going to attack me. Throg will defend. He swings for 1, 2, 3. Clears the tough. Thank you, Throg. We get another encounter card. Place 1 threat and pursued by the past. then the villain attacks you, I'm going to go ahead and defend here for 2. Citizen V attacks or defend for 3, 2. And I take no damage. The super pursued by the pass does go up by 1. Okay. Next is nowhere is safe. Place a pursuit counter. If there are no counters on it, discard the upgrade or support you control. Alright. So, this activates. Moving this over. Alright. When you flip this card aside, find your Nemesis minion and reveal it. Search the set aside area for your Nemesis. Alright, find the Nemesis minion and reveal it. So I know he's in here, so he's coming back out, which is... This is just annoying that he keeps showing up. Viper. He comes in with Quick Strike. I'm exhaustive microwave, so I take a point of damage. And so does he. Next, search the set-aside area for your Nemesis side scheme and reveal it. So it's not in set-aside area anymore because it's been discarded. Shuffle the remaining set-aside Nemesis set into the encounter deck, which has already happened. Flip this over. Okay. Cool. So Viper comes into play. He does Quick Strike already. That was it for the encounter cards. This is going to be a fun turn. Alright. So now we have some arrow cards in our hand. We know 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 is going to take out Fixer. Go ahead and have Cannonball attack for 2 against Citizen V. Then we're going to use Team Building Exercise, Queen Carrier, Birds of Prey, and a Dive Bomb to play a Dive Bomb. I had to use a mental resource, which I made that Wild War resource a mental resource. Which makes it 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're going to do it on Fixer, which gets him down to 4 health points. And then we do 5 damage to each other enemy. So Viper takes 5. The Tough clears off of Blizzard. Now, I don't think this counts as an attack. I think the attack was on him, not against Blizzard. Even then, yeah, I think the attack goes to Fixer, not to Blizzard, so I think we're okay. Do another 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which gets us down to 9 on Citizen V. We use Birds of Prey, play Pitchback, which after your hero attacks, deal 4 damage to an enemy. We'll take out Fixer. Who actually goes to the victory display. So, all right. Throg defended for me. Thor will go ahead and attack for 3, getting Citizen V down to 6. You know what this top card is? Gains piercing. Alright, so it cuts through the tough. No big deal. Anything else I can do on my turn? not really. All right. One, two, three, four, five. Got Spider Girl, Wasp, Bird's Eye View, Home Technique, and Genius. Okay. I think we're going to win this game anyways, so threat goes up to 4. Citizen V attacks me. We know it's going to be for 3. Just take the hit? Yeah, let's just go ahead and take the hit. We'll pop the Vibranium Microwave, so we only take 2 points of damage. He takes 1. We get an encounter card. We have Jolt. Fantastic. So I can't attack Citizen V until I get rid of Jolt. Okay. Flip this up. Okay. Two aerial cards in my hands. Can't attack Citizen V until Jolt is gone. Alright, I don't want to parlay with her, so we're just going to go ahead and we can get up to 7 there, I think. We'll win. Yep. 2 and 3, that kills Thor, puts Throg at 1. But that does take out Jolt. This goes up to 7. Then we gotta try to do 5 points of damage to Citizen V. We don't have to do with Falcon. We have arrow cards in our hand. Cannonball will attack for 2. Gets it down to 3. And then Wasp is going to come into play. I'm going to spin Spider Girl to play Wasp, who has 1 hit point. And she spent with a lightning resource. Okay, then Pim card doesn't indicate how much health she has, so. But she's gonna go ahead and kill herself. Not kill herself, but defeat herself. To finish off Citizen V. Probably could have done that in a different way. Use Queen Carrier or something. But Citizen V is dead. Even if Blizzard had come into play, we would have gotten Encased in Ice as a... Yeah, we probably would have survived attacks. I would have moved some things around, but even then we still would have been able to take out Citizen V in the long term. So, because he would have gone back up here. Because I probably would have put the microwave on damage on. He would have had damage on him. Microwave damage on him. Move back here. So I would have made a point to make sure that happens, so that I could just take out Citizen V the next turn. That was great. So I had 3 cards in my hand. I could have cleared out some threat. Just for funsies. How much threat would I have cleared out? 3. We could have cleared out 6 threat and we'd have been back down to 1. So that's exciting. We can do that just for fun. And I would have left us with the hone technique in our hand. So I will have to say, NewfieLad, your Dumpster Diver deck is incredible. Loved every second with it. Had a blast. I highly recommend it for anybody to play it. The home technique dive bomb is just, we already know it's broken. But you can see it already took out the Citizen V scenario without much impact. I would have probably put another pitchback in there just for fun, just to tie in with the home technique. So it was kind of cool to see that combo together. But I took out Fixer with 1 turn. It took some setup to get there. We've been playing this game for about an hour now. Maybe a little bit less. This is not bad. This deck was a lot of fun. I think it was well thought out, well put together. I had a blast ticking out Expert Citizen V. There's a lot of key cards in here. Cannonball is so good with Falcon. I've never used Throg before or Thor, so those were fun to put onto the table. Soup Kitchen. This is the first time I've actually used Soup Kitchen. I've ignored it this entire time, so I learned that you can use the support played there as well. Vibranium Microwave is still probably my favorite card in this kit, so is Battlefield Awareness, which I ended up using in this game. I thought I might need to, but I didn't end up using it, which then if I would have taken an attack with defending, I probably could have Battlefield Awareness to make sure that I wasn't worried about how much damage I was going to take. The downtime was nice. With the combo of Soup Kitchen, I like that. That's a smart move. Home technique is just always fun to play. Was there any other key cards in this deck that I was like, oh, I should talk about this? Wasp was neat. I've also never played Wasp before, and to be able to do that was awesome. Coming in, doing 3 damage for basically costing 1 is really, really good. Thor was helpful. Pitchback was awesome. Dive Bomb was incredibly fun, especially with Hone Technique. It's my first time I actually played that combo. I know, right? Jason, really? But I didn't have the cards before, and now that I do, this is the first Aerial character I've really played. Aerial's just not my favorite archetype. Up and Away is also a fantastic card. Grant Ward, I love him. He's probably one of my favorite allies, too. The whole resource thing is annoying, but if you survive most of the time, you're good. I may have taken some damage from him earlier. Even then, I probably would have been fine and healed and all the other fun stuff, too. I might have missed a thing for him. Vivian, that was cool to play her and actually see her in play. And I wish I had something out that I could have used her for, but her help clear threat at the time was super helpful. Red Wing was bounced a lot in this game. Didn't use Avengers Mansion. I don't typically do. Melee was cool. I didn't get a chance to use it, but I like the idea behind it. And I think I'd like to see it in like Winter Soldier, where I can do a 4-4. So overall, this was a fantastic deck. NewfieLad, well done, guys. Again, go down below, hit a like on this deck for me. That way he can get some love. Let him know how awesome this deck was. I really enjoyed it. Had a blast playing it. I will say as my conclusion for Falcon and his last aspect for me here, he's fun. It took me a while to figure out his kit, figure out how I want to play him, how he fits well for me. But I think I figured it out. If I misplayed, like Blizzard, if Blizzard should have come in and attacked, let me know. I still probably would have taken the attack, and I'd probably be at low health, but still would have won. So, because Blizzard still would have gone back to the backup and everything else, and would have gotten retuffed and everything else too. So, wish he should have been tuffed at the end there. No big deal. He should have been tuffed at the end there, which is no big deal. I'll just deal with it later. So, thank you guys for watching. This was a blast. I really enjoyed this deck. Throg was great. I really learned a lot about aggression. I feel like this played really, really smoothly. And I never questioned what I wanted to get on the table each time it showed up. It was like, okay, this is clearly the thing that needs to come onto the table now. Thank you guys for hanging out. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are about the deck down below. If you had a chance to play Dumpster Diver, please let me know what you guys thought. And as always, my name is Jason Sketch, and next time I'll be deadly serious next time. Peace.